Right. Men are not women. Men are not lesbians. Men are not mothers. A man is certainly not Woman of the Year. Stating these obvious biological facts could get me jailed in Norway. In the words of our radical feminist sister, Christina Aline Ellingsen, who could be facing up to 3 years in a Norwegian prison, you can't defend women if you can't define what a woman is. Why should we accept that a man is a woman simply because he says he's a woman? Because he says so. While a woman cannot identify out of being female. Women earn 10 to 30% less than men for the same work. Women can't demand we're paid the same as our male counterparts, even if we say we're men. Women can't identify out of our biology, our sex, and the higher risk of sexual abuse and rape that comes with being female, just by saying we're men. Women can't demand that domestic work is shared 50-50 or that unpaid care should be valued simply because we say so. Women can't identify out of our sex, which sees us being forced into arranged marriages and subject to female genital mutilation, depending on where we are in the world, being at higher risk of sexual exploitation or sex trafficking simply by saying we're men. The following accounts come from noconflictttheysaid.org, which was created by Melbourne feminist academic Holly Lawford Smith. It's a growing collection of women's stories from all around the world, women who are together with us in this battle, which is a fight to be able to define ourselves and to differentiate ourselves, women, from men who say they're women. This explanation from the website. In Australia and around the world, legislation is being introduced that replaces sex with gender identity. Advocates insist that there is no conflict of interest, but governments are not collecting data on the impacts of this legislative change. We are worried about the impacts on women of men using women-only spaces, including but not limited to changing rooms, fitting rooms, bathrooms, shelters, rape and domestic violence refuges, gyms, spas, sports, schools, accommodations, hospital wards, shortlists, prizes, quotas, political groups, prisons, clubs, events, festivals, dating apps and language. If we can't collect data, we can at least collect stories. Please tell us how your use of women-only spaces has been impacted. All stories will be published anonymously. So if you do have a story, please share it at noconflictttheysaid.org. Of course, activists have attempted to get this site shut down multiple times and have attacked Holly. Here are a few submissions from the site. This is not a story of a single incident, rather an attitude that is becoming so invasive that it is eroding the rights of women. Tracy Holmes, an ABC sports writer, recently quoted a Canadian trans woman athlete. This trans woman compared his experience of transitioning to going through instant menopause. How can a person born a male know what going through menopause feels like? I am a 48-year-old woman. I am currently experiencing perimenopause. So after 33 years of monthly periods, my ovaries no longer expel unfertilized eggs on a regular basis. My natural hormones are fluctuating. The aging process really kicks in, and eventually that part of my womanhood will stop completely. It is the natural life process of being a woman. To have this experience belittled by a man who identifies as a woman is insulting. To have Tracy Holmes validate this person by re-quoting his comment is insulting. To have the ABC, the national public broadcaster, publish this comment is insulting. It demeans the very essence of what it is to be a female. It shows the arrogance and ignorance of this trans woman. For a man to espouse the experience of menopause and for the ABC to publish it is astounding. If men feel the need to change their appearance, to surgically alter their bodies and get cosmetic surgery, go for it. But they will never ever know what it is like to be a woman, and as such should not be invading our spaces, including the menstrual. Another submission. I live near a popular shopping hub in Tasmania, and their toilets have been changed to men and an all-gender toilet, which includes the family and disabled signs. The toilets don't even say woman. It is clear erasure of women's spaces. Meanwhile, men's spaces remain intact. This one's from the States. Went to pick up some new bras since a local store was having a buy one, get one free sale and I had a gift card. Picture this scene. An obscene, balding, hairy, greasy-looking man, topless in the lingerie department, trying on bras right out on the sales floor, leering at himself in the mirrors as he kneaded his flabby, bra-covered moves, all but groaning and drooling as he'd knead, dropping a hand to his crutch every few seconds to dig and pull at it before trying another bra on. I'm 100% positive he was masturbating right there. Afraid to confront him myself, I reported it to the saleswoman, who informed me that he comes in regularly to do this, and she's not allowed to stop him or ask him to leave or she'll be fired. I'll be ordering my intimate wear directly from the manufacturer from now on. I'll never be able to unsee that. I'm scarred for life. Can you imagine being a pre-teen girl picking out her first bras and being exposed to that? And lastly, another submission from Australia. Some of us here had the pleasure to connect with this warrior woman in the flesh recently. She's an example of what happens to women, especially those with a public profile, who dare to stand up for women's rights today. I am the founder and CEO of an app for women, where women are able to connect and find roommates, give and get freelance work, lesbian dating, emotional support. Women are also able to use the app to privately discuss their activism, religious beliefs, mental health, physical health, pregnancy, menopause and much more. The app is ensuring women have strong female support networks in the palm of their hand and can be heard by women around the world. Because I created this app, I have been called a bigot, a transphobe, a TERF. I've been sent death threats, rape threats and general violent abuse. I've been silenced by media, institutions and organisations who have declared that they will let me speak if I acknowledge that trans women are women. The place I go to have refuge from this abuse is the female app I created. I never thought I would need it as much as I do, but like all women, I need to spend time with women. I need the solidarity and support. In the real world, I need female-only bathrooms and changing rooms. I need to know that the recreational sport I play is fair and safe. I want to know that women in prisons are safe. My creation of a women-only space has led to abuse, but the women-only space is what saves me. So Attorney General Shannon Fentiman, we're telling you that self-ID is not wanted here in Queensland. Women and girls need single-sex spaces away from all males. As the Minister for Women, Shannon Fentiman should listen to the many women who have contacted her to voice out concerns about her self-ID plans. Instead, she chooses to prioritise men's rights as well as to virtue signal, all while pretending to be working for women. Evelyn?